Yeah, the People Podcast. I'm on it here to make you think and take them black to the basis. No gimmicks needed. Our melanin was designed for this greatness. Power was created, the most high, assigned to the favorites. We win as a nation, it's mutual. Young black man, you enough. Ladies, you beautiful. Don't let them tell you different. Your energy can't be shifted. Created, nor destroyed. That's a scientific fact, so opinions is all forward. This is higher learning, higher conscious awareness of self. This that undisputed, undefeated, and in the belt. This your grandma cooking on Sunday morning. Don't touch the fridge. God is good all the time and all the time. Yeah, you did. This is music for the mind. Lyrics to touch your soul. Melody for high frequencies.
Yes, sir. We are back once again with another episode of Black to the Basics, aka the People's Podcast. I am your host and one half, Mr. 50 to the Bars. Here with my co-host.
It's your boy Jerv, man. Checking in. What's going on, people?
Yes, sir. Another day,
Another opportunity.
another dollar, another chance to talk to the kinfolk. What's going on with you, man?
Nothing, man. Just a lot. Weather changes. You know what I'm saying? We've had some crazy weather here in Georgia. We went from
This is what you wanted,
85,
though.
8. Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to settle in. So I know we got a freeze warning this week. So it's gonna be nice and cold in the morning when I get up and go to the gym. So I'm excited, man. You know what I'm saying? I pull out the hoodies, you know what I mean? Pull out my sweaters for work, you know what I'm saying?
What you still wearing them Coochie sweaters or what?
Nah. I don't do the coochies no more, dog. I'm just, real grown, real professional. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, man. Like I'm just tired of getting in my car and then burning the skin off my arm from the seatbelt. So I'm enjoying the weather right now.
Dog, you wanted
I like,
this
I
hot
like,
weather. Now that
I
we
do,
have it, you
but it
complaining.
was it's a disrespectful kind of hot, bro. It was different. This was the hottest summer we've ever had since I've been here in Georgia, and I've been here in Georgia for what, almost 7 years, 6 years now. So yeah, this was different, man. What about yourself, bro? What's been going on with you?
Oh man, it is a great week. Happy homecoming to my NCCU Eagles, Eagle Pride Amplified, E Funk, all that good stuff. It is homecoming week for the Eagles North Carolina Central University. So it's an exciting week, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a great weekend. Got to go back home for a few days, celebrate my young King Drayden for his birthday party and chill with the fam, man. So
I caught your
I'm
food
excited,
reviews while you was in DC too, by the way.
man. Dog, those who sees the I got to now. I got to find the dude name. The food reviewer is not me. I don't know why
Mr.
people
Chime
think.
Time. So, ladies and gentlemen, for
What's
the
his name?
Mr. Chime Time, for ladies
Shout
and
out to
gentlemen,
him because
for
I
the
have had at least 15 people send me like, "Yo, this you doing review?" I'm like, "Dog, that is not me."
so the people that's listening that you're not watching us right now, just want you to let y'all know that 52 the Boss is a food critic.
Don't let this
You can
man
catch
fool.
them. You know what I'm saying? You look, send them. Listen, send us
I
some
wish we
places to
had
go.
his video so we or this is screenshots y'all can see. We do not look alike. We
I'm
have
gonna pull
similar
it up.
features.
No,
Okay,
dog.
before the episode, if you can just pull a screenshot so you can share it,
I
we just
got you.
have similar features. But it's funny because one of my sister's friends was like, "Oh, I didn't know your brother do food reviews," and I'm like, "Dog, that is not me. You've sent me his videos. My sisters have sent me his videos. A couple of my partners have sent me. Some people I haven't talked to in years have sent me videos. I'm like, dog, it's not me, but
I'm
shout
gonna
out
do
to
this.
him."
I'm gonna do a side by side video comparison. I'm like, because he was in DC this weekend, you was in DC this weekend. It just,
That was just
well,
a coincidence.
yeah, what a coincidence. Like, listen, man, your boy trying to get that side money on me, man. So shout out to Mr. Chad.
Hey, yeah, man. But yeah, I had a great time, man. What you getting into this weekend, man? You went to a
Oh,
pumpkin patch or something?
no, this is probably the first weekend and a long weekend. I really just,
You
I
chill.
didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything this
Oh,
weekend, to
you
be
didn't
honest.
go anywhere, though?
I didn't go. I think I went out the house twice the entire weekend because
You
one,
was sick or you had to be sick or something.
yeah, I mean, battling a migraine or whatever, but really, I
Okay,
guess it was my body telling
see,
me to relax.
that's not normal for you to not go nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. So Saturday, my wife took the kids to a pumpkin patch. They did the trunk and treat. I'm sorry, not pumpkin patch. The trunk or treat at one of the high schools around in the corner.
Yes.
So they did
Much
that.
better than trick or treating.
Yeah, yeah. So I slept. I got some good about hour and a half, close to 2 hour nap that day. I watched, got up, watched football.
Mhm.
Saturday, Sunday, kind of on repeat. Got up. I did make the family breakfast Sunday morning. I cooked. Then after that,
You know how to cook?
yeah, I know how to
Oh, I'm
cook,
saying,
man. You know
I
what I'm
didn't know you
saying?
know how to cook though. My
Don't do
bad.
that.
My bad,
Don't
player.
do that, man. Sunday mornings before church or just Saturday mornings it goes down. Okay. So but yeah. So I cooked and then I basically chilled out, watched football, slept, and we went out to eat Sunday night. But outside of that, man, it's the first week in a long
Yeah.
time that I didn't do no housework. I didn't do
You
like
just chill.
nothing. I just was in the house. I mean, of course I got up, took my shower, but outside I didn't go nowhere, dog. So I thoroughly enjoyed my relaxation time this weekend. So I tell anybody, man, self-care, so whatever it is, man, take
Right.
10, 15, just do it. You know what I mean?
Get it straight. Yeah, yeah.
You feel
Shout
much
out
better.
to you,
So
man. Shout out to you for
yeah, you know what I'm
relaxing.
saying? Doesn't happen often because I'm always either out of town or I'm doing something, man. But no,
Mhm.
this weekend I really just I got caught up on some movies too. So outside of that was it. So
Cool, man. Well, we definitely are excited for today. I can slowly hear in the background in my mind, so that lets me know that we get close to the time that we're looking for. Because
almost.
really skip over Thanksgiving. They go Halloween, Christmas. So
Yes.
I can hear it faintly in the background in my mind, kind of loading up. So no, November is here, people. So
The only thing, listen,
we'd
the
like to
only thing
skip
I
over.
don't like about this time of the year, right? Because, like you said, we go from Halloween, we go straight to December, which is okay.
Yes.
I mean, I love Thanksgiving. I have a lot of things to be thankful for, especially this year. But
Mhm.
when I hear that Mariah Carey, man, oh my God, it does something to my soul.
Retail
Like,
workers' worst nightmare.
I just want to just whatever's close to me, I want to grab it. I would want to throw it, break it. Like, oh my goodness. Like, shout out to all my retail people. You know, when you
Signs that you work in retail, if you know if you
dog, listen,
heard that song 100 times.
look, her royalty checks got to be crazy because you know it got to the point where we can almost tell what time of day it was about how many times we heard Mariah Carey
Yeah,
song. Yeah, so it was
yeah.
yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
shout out to her because she definitely go get another check. Album sales about to go back up, streams about to go back up for her. So
Man, that's just crazy. So
shout
yeah,
out to her. But y'all know we can't start any show without first talking to the people. And for that, we got to have that talk to him 52. So y'all heard me talk about me being able to go back home for the weekend to celebrate my son's birthday. Us living here in Atlanta, we don't have a lot of family here in Atlanta, but we wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity for my young king to be able to chill with his siblings and cousins and aunts and uncles and have a great birthday celebration. We didn't get to do a big celebration for his first birthday, so we thought it was only right for the second. But man, my talk to a 52 is just about appreciation and just being thankful, man. Having the opportunity to be with my siblings and my nieces and nephews and my cousins and the kids getting to be around their cousins, me and the wife chilling, having time with family is great. It's a great experience. And the reason why I'm really thankful for it, a lot of times we look at where we are in our lives, and for many of us, we set goals of or aspirations of things that we want to have or desire to have or look to manifest. And sometimes when we don't get that goal or get that mark immediately, it looks like, dang, maybe it's not gonna happen. And we look at the destination, but also sometimes we forget about the journey that we've taken to get to that place or get to that destination. And we oftentimes forget the journey. And when I say that, I had to look at that for myself. There were many times where I had to working in retail or any other place, and I didn't have the time off. I couldn't dedicate the time to spend as much time as I would like with my family, particularly the kids, the wife, being able to go out and travel. And not only that, a lot of times, even in the earlier years, it was harder for me to be able to travel with the whole fam. I would usually have to go by myself to go be with my daughter, my sisters, or chill with the fam. But being able to go back home and be able to see, the fam, enjoy time, have good food, conversation, jokes, laughs, a good fellowship, it just made me see my journey. Yes, I'm not at the destination point that I would like to be ultimately, but I'm so much closer and I've come so much further than I've ever thought that I would ever be. And like I said, sometimes we look at where we are and not where we've come from. And we kind of lose sight of that. So my talk to a 52 today is, yo, just be thankful for where you are because things could always be worse, one, but more importantly, look at how far you've come. Yes, you may not have the ultimate job that you desire or wanted, but you're so much in a better position than you were before. When you didn't have a job or you wouldn't have the money to do some of the things you have or have some of the luxuries that you have or some of the material things, house, cars, all these different things you didn't have before. And ultimately, like I said, even though you may not be where you want to be for your final destination, but just being thankful for the journey where you are now is definitely something to look back at and just be thankful for. So today, I'm certainly grateful as we start our November, and that's my talk to a 52, man.
Yes, sir, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. Let's hold on. I gotta get you the hand claps for that, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, it was great, man.
Yeah,
Great time.
yes, sir, man. Look, be thankful. We got a lot to be thankful for, man. And I think November is going to be a time of, reflection, especially for me. Hopefully we have a dope Thanksgiving episode because I definitely got something I want to share with the kinfolk, man. So yeah, be
Okay.
thankful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So yes, sir.
Certainly. Hey, but y'all know what time it is, man. It's time for the Players Lounge.
Let's get it.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, man. So on the Players Lounge for this week, man, we had a bunch of different things that we can get into, man.
Oh, yeah.
But I
Excited to hear this.
just talking about one of the games I watched this weekend, man. LSU versus East Texas Baptist. I'm a fan now of LSU women's basketball, just everything they movement, what they got going on. And yeah, they were in full form, man. I didn't realize it was a preseason game. I'm like, why are they beating up on this rec team like that, man? The score was like 96-26, dog. It was a blowout, man. So
Exactly.
just to see that team, what they put together, the recruits they brought in, you got women transferring from other schools.
Hmm.
I think it's going to be. I think women's college basketball is going to be very exciting this year, man. I'm excited to tune in, just like how we've been following Colorado and things like that nature. I'm excited, man. Did you get a chance to catch the game at all? Or I mean, I know
I,
you were.
I didn't catch the game, but I did see highlights.
See highlights, man. The highlights don't do it no
It's
justice,
gonna be
dog.
a problem in the bayou.
It's gonna
That's
be.
all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be a problem.
And listen, hopefully LSU somehow comes this way, comes close to either they play like Georgia Tech. Let's see, Tennessee's right up the road. So if they do pull in, I'm in the building. You know what I mean? So shout out to the Lady Tigers for that, man. I don't know. Speaking of college sports, did you happen to catch any of the Colorado game this weekend against
I watched it
UT?
in its entirety.
Oh, you did.
I
So
watched it with the fam.
okay. So what were your thoughts on the game, first of all? But I want to talk about something that happened after the game is the reason for this one.
um, uh, they I don't know. I don't know where what happened. I was hopeful that they
Mhm.
was going to turn it around and make some things happen. I definitely wanted them to win, seeing as though I want some get back for them beating my NCCU Eagles. But that's a whole nother story. But it started off kind of okay. It looked like it's going to be a game, but I mean, they started off the first two drives and got two field goals out of it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just like NFL. You ain't gonna beat nobody putting up no field goals.
Their defense played
On
phenomenal.
they, I mean, you at their crib, so
Yeah.
you gonna have to put up some real numbers, but it just the offensive line it just looked bad. It just got worse. Like as we got through each quarter, it just got worse, progressively worse and worse. It
Yeah.
went from all right, he getting knocked down. Okay, now he getting hurt. Now he had to rush. Now he getting sacked. Now he can't even get off a pass. Now it's like they couldn't get into a rhythm. Every
Well,
time it
he
would
he
kind of
looked
start, you feel
visibly
like
hurt.
okay, it's flowing, but as somebody is a former Madden player, I hate to see field goals unless it's a game winner. I hate to see field. I'm always like, go for it.
So it don't matter. It could be 4th and 20. You
Fourth
go.
and 15. I don't care. dog. Like that's what I'm saying. So I would never make it as a coach because we ain't. Only time I'm kicking a field goal is if it's either game tied or game winning. If it ain't one of the two,
You going
we
for it.
going for it. So
Amen.
I hate to see those low scoring games. Not that I want a blowout, but I want to see, I want to see like a shootout back and forth. Okay, cool. What's going on?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's something's off. You can definitely tell that something's off. Like it's not clicking how easy it was before, where they
Yeah.
kind of had a rhythm and was getting into their zone and flowing. They certainly weren't on the same page. It clearly looked like they weren't together, which
Uh,
I don't think we've seen them that bad.
Yeah, I think it's still early to me from what I just gathered from the last couple weeks watching them, man. Clearly they need some offensive line help. They need, because and that's gonna come with time. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we keep forgetting, not saying we, but I think we as a community keep forgetting
Mhm.
like Colorado's only won 4 games in the last 5 or 6, 6, 7 years. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta win 2 more games to get to a bowl game. So let's see what takes place, man. But really, what I want to talk about that is after the game, uh, they had some individuals go in the locker room and steal their jewelry, steal clothing.
Oh, that was a real story. I thought that was just like that was for real, for
No,
real.
that's for real. So like some of the players were like, and I was watching some of the live. I don't really be on social media like that, man. But players going live was like, man, I just got my chain yesterday. Look, here go the jewelry box right here. Stuff was missing out of the locker room.
Oh,
So
wow.
I just feel like there's no place for that in any kind of sport, like just anything, you know what I mean? So like, work for what work for nice things, or if you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that was real bad on that part. And for, something's got to be done. So hopefully they come, people can, or the companies, whoever sponsored that stuff replaces it, man. It's heartbreaking. You kind of lose a game and then you come out to the locker room and have your stuff stolen. So yeah,
At
man.
this point, anything that's associated with Colorado, it's more like it's a game within a game for people that's playing them or a potential opponent. It's now they're gonna try to any way they can embarrass or make sure they beat they because they feel like Prime, he's somebody who's he talk a lot and this and that. So anything that's gonna give somebody some clout to say, yeah, we did that on them, or yeah, we did that. That's I think what people are kind of taking. It's almost like, yeah, that's what they deserve type thing. That's the mentality that the college sports has now for them as of like the Colorado. So if you can stop them from getting the first down, if you can do anything, it's like you can. I think players kind of have this association that if you make a great play or you do something within that Colorado game, that your name is going to be recognized amongst some
And
of the top.
that ain't gonna happen. So
Right, but if you think about it, that's how people. I mean, look at the plays. Like, look after someone makes a sack or it's extra. Like they playing into the camera. Like they're going on, to the sideline, getting people hyped even more than you would normally see. So it's like that's almost like a Super Bowl for people now, like or a championship. I would say national championship. So
it comes with the territory, man. So you got to take the good with the bad. But as far as stealing, people's items, yeah, I don't really
oh
rock
yeah,
with that, man. So hopefully that gets corrected. But yeah, man, shout out to Colorado, man. Hopefully they turn around, get it together. Another bombshell that happened. I just so happened to be up when this happened. Phone goes off. I'm like, what just took place? Like I thought we made a trade with somebody.
right.
So James Harden was traded finally from Philly to the Clippers, and
Yeah.
the Clippers pretty much gave up a bag of chips and and a and a plane ticket, man. So Jason Harden finally not Jason, James Harden finally got his way again. He is the king of I don't like my job, I'm gonna go somewhere else. Like he finds a new job every season, man.
Oh,
So
he's a king of. I don't need this job. Find
yeah,
another one.
so I think the NBA is going to be really interesting because now we got a lot of teams that's forming up in the West. You know what I'm saying? So you had
The
Bradley
West
Bill.
Act. The
Yeah,
West.
Bradley Bill. He went over to Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Their team is stacked, but they can't stay healthy to save their lives. So we'll see. That I think it's going to be a Brooklyn thing all over again. You got Dallas with Kyrie. Now you got James, PJ Tucker going to the Clippers.
You got the Phoenix Suns
Yeah,
too
that
with
Phoenix Suns, Golden State look good.
CP3 to the Warriors. The West stacked.
Yeah, if I'm a player, man, just hey, I'm going to the East, cause really, you know what I'm saying? Like, people say all the time, man, I want to play against the best. Yeah, all right, until you got to play against
Until
them
you
night in.
got the Monstars
You're
all
right.
on
You know
one.
what I'm saying? So you got to play them night in and night out. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the East and take my chances over there, man.
Hey,
So
Jimmy Butler licking his fingers, boy.
yeah,
Barbecue chicken over there.
so you got Milwaukee, you got Miami. I think Atlanta's gonna do some damage. Philly's still gonna be competitive. You got the
We'll see.
Knicks. We'll
Yeah,
see, man. Like I
you
said,
said
man.
the Knicks. Stop it, man.
Yeah, I think.
Stop it.
Listen, I'm just gonna throw this out there now. That's
Stop
like
it.
I'm not a Knicks fan, but what I'm saying is, it's always that one team, right? I think if any team in the East has got a chance to do some
It's not
damage,
gonna be the Knicks, sir.
they
No
sleep
shout
on
out
them.
to nobody in New York. I
No,
love
I'm
y'all,
just, I'm
but
just
yeah,
we're
y'all
gonna
can
fly.
hang it up.
It's
Y'all better keep just going to see Spike Lee movies.
It's gonna be
That's
between
about the only excitement
it's
y'all
gonna be
got to do with sport. The
between the
Knicks
Knicks and
winning the Knicks don't even go.
they're winning between the Knicks and I think and Brooklyn. Those are gonna be my two sleeper teams out of the East. You know what I mean? Like as far as Charlotte too. Those are my three. Yeah, those three.
Okay.
But before we get out of here, man, I gotta bring this up because there's a lot of controversy regarding this situation. I don't know if you saw former first round pick to the Golden State Warriors. He's from my area, you know what I'm saying? He played against I didn't play against him, but he went to a rival high school of mine.
Mhm.
Talk about Joe Smith, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you saw what took place with him and his wife.
So give me a quick high level
So
overview.
this is okay. So apparently my man's didn't know that his wife. Okay, so let me give you the backstory. So apparently, he had made a substantial amount of money in his NBA career.
Yes.
Bad investments, lavish lifestyle, whatever situation. So he accumulated some debt. Okay, now his wife is a former, his second wife, I think, is a former adult entertainer, right? So I guess what comes with that or whatever situation is. So I guess I don't know if they have financial problems, but he found out, and I don't know how he found out that his wife has an OnlyFans page, and she decides to basically stream their conversation argument, and he looked very disappointed. I think it was a skit to probably promote the her page or whatever, but it looked kind of like he was genuinely shocked, like he was heated. So that's the whole overview
Okay, I
for the
got you.
situation. So if you haven't seen the clip, I'll send it to you so you'll
Oh
see
no,
it.
now okay. I just need the clip note. So I
Yeah,
just need the
that's
clip
it,
notes
man.
of it.
So
Okay.
it's just so just seeing Joe, like I said, man, I've seen him before, basketball camp, stuff like that, man. So just to see somebody, you kind of grew up watching and then see this is like, yeah, man. So I think this is a big lesson to you athletes out here, man. Be smart with your money, you know what I'm saying? And you won't end up doing a situation like this, man. So, what's your thoughts?
So is that supposed to be a bad situation?
No, I'm not saying it's a bad situation, but here's my thing, right? So, and she said it in the video. She said, well, you knew what you was getting when you met me.
100%.
Okay. So you have to understand something, and this is for all the fellas out here, right? No
Mhm.
disrespect to the ladies, but fellas, if you athlete, entertainer, just be the regular guy. If you're dating a stripper or you're dating someone in that profession, you have to be ready and willing to take whatever comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Because people are who they are. So you got to take people with who they are. So you can't get mad when somebody's doing what they was doing when you met them. Like, so I don't.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you though.
I just said, cause it was
I,
crazy.
my opinion, people may disagree with this.
What
I've
you
been
mean?
out the can before, shorty. I don't care what you talking
Hey
about.
man, hey,
If you gonna do it, you gonna be the best. We
hey.
ain't gonna have no average content. We go.
Hey, listen, that's this. Hey, listen, you
I'm
gotta think.
just saying.
What's my
I'm just
man?
saying. If you know that your wife or your partner, whatever, has a situation they've already, you've already kind of grown accustomed to.
But he
Is
didn't. But hold on, he didn't know though. So he did.
okay, that's
He
fine. No,
he
no.
had no idea.
I would take that L.
He had
Hey,
no
it would have been
idea.
nice if you would have shared that with me. That being said, what kind of camera do you need? Like what? I'm gonna make a background for you. You're tripping. We about to get this money. Let's go.
Nah, dog. Yeah, we different. I just no, sir. I just not. If I hey no.
What you gonna do? Break up with her?
No,
divorce her?
if we were like like we're dating, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's your business. But like as far as like, this is like my wife, nah, no.
That to me that shows how not in tune with his wife is. How would you not know that?
Yeah, I don't that's
Because there ain't no quiet people on OnlyFans making bread that ain't gonna be
but
doing extra stuff, dog.
here's the thing. So
So clearly,
apparently
she probably thought that their lifestyle is not the same as what they started off with. She trying to make sure that she continue
she had
maintaining
a
the
different
lifestyle that she's grown
alias.
accustomed to.
She has different alias, I guess, because I
Of
guess
course.
whatever name she was using was not the name that she used when she was an adult entertainer. So
Oh, I got you.
I'm just like
Just
you.
hey, no face, no case.
Because
Okay, no problem.
here's the thing though. How do you not know? Because apparently you got to be filming in the house. So
That's what I'm saying.
so
That
how
just
do you
shows
not
me
know?
how not in tune he
So
is. Because
I think he
how do
might have
you
had.
not
I think it
notice
might be a
that?
skit, bro.
I mean, where are you at when she's recording her content?
I don't know.
You
That's
gone
what I'm
all the
saying.
time? You don't play the NBA no more. What you doing with your life? Like like, what's going on? Man, hey, get that money. She trying to make sure she ain't trying to go back to what she was before. She trying to can maintain that good lifestyle. Hey, man,
That's all we got for the players lounge today,
invest your
ladies.
money. That's more of the story. Shout out, man. Today is a great day because we have another opportunity to be on the mic. So recently, we've saw quite a few stories about celebrities as it relates to having family members, let's say millionaires, people say celebrities, people that are millionaires or TV millionaires or even billionaires, and having friends or family members ask to borrow money, right? Or get loans. Particularly our uh, most recent one that we saw resurface is the video with Hove, aka Jay Z, talking about how his cousin needed a loan. And then people were all in the comments and everywhere like, "Oh, but you a billionaire, you a millionaire, blah 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 blah." So today's topic is get somebody else to do
Okay, let's get it. Get somebody.
get somebody. Yeah, let me get some vibe behind that. Get somebody else to do it. So as we get into this, Irv, have you ever had to help out someone, whether it be friends, family members, anybody, financially? Have you ever had to help somebody out financially?
Yeah, kind of. I've done it quite a few times actually. So,
Oh, you the
um, I,
bank? Okay,
no, that's not what I'm saying.
Irv got it. Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is I've done a lot of that behind the scenes for friends, family,
Okay.
just whatever. You know what I mean?
Have
So,
they been good experiences or like,
it just depends, right? So,
oh, that's not good.
so here's the thing, right? For me, I'm not going. So, okay, all right. Let me clean this up, right?
Let me preface
Let me
this.
clean this up, okay? Disclaimer, right? So, I'm not gonna give something to someone with that if I don't have it, or
Right.
certain people I may give stuff to because I have no intentions of ever seeing it again. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody calls, say, hey man, I need to borrow X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna pay you back, whatever situation. All right, cool. Here you
Right.
go. Here's the thing. I'm gonna give it to you because I know you need it, but I have no intent. I know you're not gonna give it back. So it's like, it is what it is. So it just depends on the person, what the situation is. But 9 times out of 10, man, if I'm able to help or do something for somebody, I typically do it only because once again, that's just how I'm wired, man. Because you never know
Mm-hmm.
when you may be in a situation where you may have to call somebody and be like, hey man, I'm messed up right now. I need X, Y, and Z. Can you look out for me? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole nother different conversation because then people that you've helped don't necessarily be they hit you
How
yeah, I
much
ain't got it. You know what I mean?
we
So
need it?
so it just depends on the person, man. What about yourself, bro?
Oh, definitely. I've definitely lent out money. I ain't gonna say lend. I've given money plenty of times. There are been situations where I have given money. Like, look, I need to hold something to X, Y, Z, and for the most part, they've been. I don't think I've really had no bad situation where I've given money to someone and they haven't given it back. Because like you kind of said, usually if I'm giving someone something, it's something I don't need. It has to be like a dire situation. Like if I'm giving something I really need it back. And I try to make sure it's something that they ain't gonna really hurt me. Like I'm gonna be good afterwards, because that could get you caught up in a whole nother problem if you give out bread and that person is not trustworthy or somebody that gonna give you back what you giving them.
Right.
But I don't. I mean, I'm not a person who's gonna be like, yeah, remember that $5 I gave you or
I
whatever the
hate
amount
that,
is.
bro.
Like,
I
I'm
hate
not
that,
gonna
G.
hound nobody about it. But I think one thing when someone gives you money or you owe somebody money, like you owe them money. That
Mhm.
don't go like you don't forget you owe people money. So people pretend like they don't know, like you owe that person money.
Yeah, and I just think the ducking and dodging thing is, and once again, so like so you call somebody that you may have loan money to, and the first thing they say, "Hey man, I
I
ain't
was just
forgot you."
about to call you. I forgot about it.
Yeah,
Why you
listen, I'm gonna let you know, people, right now, that is a setup. You're not getting your bread back. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you do, it's gonna take long because here's the thing. If I do something, I'm gonna call you business as usual. It's like, hey, it's not like you could have called me yesterday. Hey man,
Oh,
can I borrow?
they
I
think
borrow
you calling for the money.
right.
Hey, Herb, what's going on, man? Hey,
So
I
so
forgot
now
about
it changes the dynamic. So now I'm upset. Like, man, if I needed it right now, or I needed it back immediately, hey man, I'm gonna give it to you today, but I need this
Mhm.
back like tomorrow. But if I didn't say that conversation, and we talk every day or every other day, I'm calling you as business as usual. Because once again,
Right.
I'm not gonna give something that I don't have, or depending on the person,
Mhm.
I know for a fact I'm not gonna get it back. So if I
Right.
give it to you, hey
You already
man,
know
just
it's a
I already
lost
know that
cause.
it's lost cause. So this is how I operate, man. And like
So
I said,
have you had situations where you have fallen out with somebody over money? Because I know for a lot of people, they don't deal when it comes to money. Money could be a touchy subject, definitely with family and
yeah,
even close friends too. Like I've seen a lot of people fall out over money. Have you had situations where you kind of fell out or got
I
to a
ain't
point
never
close?
I ain't never fell out with nobody over money. I've probably fallen out for over um things that people have done
Mm.
that I didn't ask them to do. They
Oh,
volunteered to do it, and then every 5 minutes they bring it up, right?
mm.
So I'm gonna speak on the situation, and
Okay.
I'm probably going to upset some family or whatever, man. But everybody knows my mom was near and dear to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That was my best friend. You know what I'm saying? Through birthdays 3 days apart. Anyway, when she passed, you know, we had some people that say, hey, now this is not talking to me, this is like talking to my grandma, like, hey, I got you. Don't worry about nothing. We're gonna take care of X, Y, and Z. So like when my mom was in the hospital, they was letting us know, whatever the time was gonna be, like me, my siblings, we was like,
Mhm.
we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. She gonna be taken care of either way. Now,
Right.
if you volunteer to do X, Y, and Z, I don't need to hear that every 5 minutes, bro. Like, well,
Mm.
I did this, I did that. Or like, no, you did that for yourself because I didn't ask. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or
Right.
we didn't ask. That is my biggest pet peeve, man. Like, if you do something for somebody, like if it's not coming from the goodness of your heart, then don't do it. Because I don't want to
Mhm.
hear it every 5 minutes. So that's why I know I very rarely take things from people or like, hey
Right.
man, I'm gonna do this.
Cause ain't
Nah,
nothing free, boy. People gonna
it ain't.
always.
I mean, but some people it is, but you've been not saying damage, but it's like, certain things have happened. You're like, you know what? Nah, I'm good because I don't want to
You
ruin
know
what
what comes with that.
I don't want to ruin our friendship because you seem like a cool person, and if it goes that way, yeah, it's gonna get ugly. So I'm good, man. So yeah, to answer your question, not necessarily over money, it's the
But other
act of
things.
giving is what I've having a falling out about, man. What about yourself?
Like you said, I don't think I've fallen out with somebody. Because I think, like I said, if I got to a point where I've give you something and I know that I need that back and you ain't give it to me, I'm gonna get something up off you, cuz like I'm sorry. Something's coming with me. I'm gonna
what
get some collateral about the
what does
situation.
it say, man? I'm from around the
Oh,
way.
I'm leaving with something.
I'm leaving with
I'm
some.
leaving with something, dog. Yeah. So I feel like if it got to a situation like that, and that's why I don't do no crazy type of things like that, or even like you have a lot of people now that have get rich. I call them get rich quick schemes, and invest in this and invest forex traders. Where y'all at? Where y'all at now? I don't see
Man,
none of
listen.
y'all ain't no millionaires right now. Y'all was clowning all these people 2-3 years ago. Silent.
Yeah, yeah.
All these MLM, all these other things. That's why I keep my blue "You should be here" sign as a reminder to not get finesse.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
it
there's a lot
happens.
of finesse out here, brother.
Right. But I'm somebody, like I said, I try to make educated and informed decisions and not act or react off emotions because people can get you. They could call you with a sad story and you be like, dang, I gotta make sure they straight now. And before you know, you jump into a situation and you don't got all the details.
Yeah.
Like they like, oh, I need this. I'm about to get, evicted or this about to happen, and you like trying to scrounge around and do all these things, and what they ain't tell you is they spent their money or they did loaned it out or did whatever, and then they put you in a situation where now you got to be the last resort. Like you have to be the one. As if Irv say no, then it's like, oh, my whole life is gonna be over now. Like I'm the last person.
But it's crazy though, man, and that's why I do a lot of things. I do a lot of things low key, like as far as business opportunities, stuff like that. Because once again, I don't ever want to be put in those situations, right? For someone to be like, hey, man, I know you got this. Can you do this for me? You know what I mean? So, like I said, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it out of the kindness of my heart. However, now I can put myself in a situation where, like, now I'm struggling because I remember those days where I couldn't pick up the phone to call nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be on the phone having a conversation. Oh man, that's crazy, man. Hope it work out. All right, cool. Like
I'm gonna pray for you.
Right,
classic line.
And like I said, so that, and that's cool because I'm gonna figure it out. But it's like when the tables are turned, now it's like, now what do you do? So you know what I mean. So like I've still helped people in those situations where when I reach my hand out, they turn their back. That's just how I'm wired. You know what I'm saying? I just think, somehow blessings are gonna come to me or somebody close to me, family, relatives. So that's what I do it. You know what I mean? So people.
So do you feel like, because I know a lot of people, once if people perceive you to be a certain thing, like you're well off financially, right? Let's just say that. So Irv, we know you're established, right? You're good.
No,
right?
I'm blessed. Okay?
You're well off, right?
No, sir. I'm blessed.
Being established, you're well off. Focus, man.
You got these people run up on me, man. I'm not.
Do you feel like you're responsible for looking out for your friends and family? Because a lot of people have that same perception for celebrities, right? Or people that they make a certain amount or have a great job or a nice house or a nice car. Do you feel like you're responsible to look out for your friends and family?
So yes and no. It depends on who it is.
Okay.
So like my grandmother and grandfather in Pensacola. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it is my responsibility to, if something goes on with them, you know what I'm saying, I got to do something because when we were growing up, my mom, like I said, there's 6 of us. My grandmother took us in when they diagnosed my mom with breast cancer when I was about 15. They told us she only had a year to live, so my grandmother took 6 kids in. You know what I'm saying? Like literally uprooted us from Virginia, brought us back to Florida, took us in. I'm talking about like full-time parents, like, you know what I mean? So anything I've ever needed from them, from if I needed a place to stay, I know I can always call my grandmother, and I can call her right now like, hey grandma, we about to lose our house. And she gonna like, okay, what you telling me for? Y'all pack up the stuff and come on here. So like certain individuals, yeah, I'm gonna do that for, because I feel like they've done so much for me. There's no other way to show them or repay them back other than be there for them. But on the other hand, there's some people you got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Now, and when I say that, I sound harsh though, right? But if I see you, like I said, man, you be online, you in the club every weekend. Hey, you live your life? But once you spend your money, don't holler at me like, hey, bro, like, or hey, man, like, hey, I don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Because I just told you I did with my weekend. I was at home. You know why?
I was chilling.
I made a business decision because I ain't want to spend no money. So you know what I'm saying? So it just depends, man. But I feel like it's a level of responsibility for the people that I really genuinely care about, that I know that would do it for me. If I don't have that feeling for you, I may think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? I may give you a piece of something. Like, hey man, you asked for 100, I got 25. It's more than what you had.
Versus you a little bit closer.
I get you close to your goal, but yeah, it just depends, man. What about yourself?
Hey, as it relates to just being, obligated or responsible for it, unless your name is Esperanza Weeks, King Weeks, Trading Weeks, Allure Weeks, those are only people I feel necessarily responsible or obligated to help, because that is my responsibility. I feel like anybody else, obviously, I would have to probably put my 2 sisters in there. I do look at them like they my daughters anyway, so I'm always gonna make sure they straight. Always look out for them. They call me whatever, I'm always gonna be there for them. But when people just feel like you supposed to take care or help them out or do like you obligated,
But that's different.
that entitlement is where I have the issue.
It was different.
Like if I'm doing anything, $5, $1, $100, 200, 3, whatever the number is, it's out of my heart and it's out of the kindness because I'm looking out for you.
Yeah.
Now I don't see nothing wrong with when you better off in life to look out for people, but my problem is thinking that someone is obligated and they're supposed to do it. Like it's just
Yeah.
expected that you're going to do it just
Listen,
because.
that ain't how that
Like
works.
like Slim, like it ain't like that. And,
Tell you
and
right
I've
now.
definitely have learned to be more giving as I got older, and as I'm getting older, I'm sharing much more. Like every year I get to the end of the year, I pretty much take half my seed collection, just give it away. I don't sell it. I don't try to do nothing. Like, here you go. You wear
Yeah.
11, here you go. Clothes, shoes. I've gone so far now where I've seen somebody and they're like, "Oh man, I like that jacket." I'm like, "What size you wear?" "Oh, I wear this." "All right, here you go." And that's not like I'm not going to record it or put it on social media like people do
Yeah, I'm
now.
about to say because that's corny. Not to say
Yeah,
you,
but
but
I'm saying like
that's corny,
I've been
dog.
in situations like that now where even like my nephew now at 12 years old wears a size 11, and we wear the same clothes and stuff. So when he comes and sees something, hey, oh, I like this, man. That's Go ahead, man. Like I don't even no big deal. Like,
Yeah,
you can have it. And I have learned that the older I got in life, that I wasn't always like that.
yeah.
Make no mistake. That's been like the last 5 years. But I'm definitely learning to, give back. And because again, I know how it is to be on the other side of that coin, where you
Absolutely.
didn't have things or you wanted to do things or you just needed just a little push to get you to that next level or that next week. So in those regards, yes, I as much as I can, I don't mind helping.
Yeah.
But feeling like I'm obligated or it's a requirement of me, you're bugging.
Yeah, like I said, that's a whole like right now, bro. Like I could win $1 million or the lottery, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People will never know. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna carry things business as usual
Yeah.
to help people like how I do help to people because the first thing people say, "Oh, you got it." Like prime example. So I think it was Meek Mill here and
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Meek, the Water Boys, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
In Atlanta, and they came up with a bottle of water. I think it's happened to Boosie as well too.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Man, how much is the water?" He was like, $2, whatever. So he gave him 25 or $25, whatever situation is.
Mm-hmm.
So people in the comments was like, "That's all you gave them? You could have gave them $100 a piece or whatever situation is." And he like, "Why would I give them $100 a piece for a $2
Dollar
bottle of
bottle of
water?"
water.
You know what I'm
What?
saying? So I think, like you said, the entitlement, because you are a celebrity, you're not responsible to help anyone like to that magnitude
Yeah.
right now. Giving back to your community, that's a different story. Now,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
necessarily be money. That could be time. That could
Right.
be going back and speaking at an engagement. But as far as like
Certainly.
just because you made it out the hood or whatever the situation, you're not obligated to come back and put millions of dollars into not the community, into individuals' hand. That's when
Mm-hmm.
people get messed. Hey man, remember that time I took you to practice? Come on, man, hook me up. Or remember that time I did this? No, there's a difference. Now
I'm
you put
call you
money into
Uber.
your
There you go.
community, that's different.
Yes.
Individually, nah, you're not obligated to do that for what? You know what I'm
Yeah, and I
saying?
think people get to the point where they feel like you should do it just because, and it's like how you can, like the worst thing you could do is count somebody's pockets, man.
You can't tell
Oh
me how to
shoot,
spend my
you
money.
work here, and I know you got a house, and you got a car, and you got this, and this. So I know you got how. You don't know my life, my responsibilities, or anything
Or
like
what I
that.
gotta do, or what's going on. Like,
Yeah, and like I said, I don't mind someone asking me something. That's no problem because I've been in situations, with that. But to feel like, oh, I have to do it based on our relationship or based on what you perceive me to have, the value that you think I am worth it. Oh
yeah,
yeah, I know you got it.
you don't know
If I
what I got.
do and I want to, I will. But if I don't want to, Slim,
You don't know
you
you
better
don't know
try
what bills I
Jesus.
got. You don't know nothing. Like, and people,
Right.
like I said, people just see the surface, man. Just like right now, and it's crazy because when we first bought our first house, right? You know what I'm saying? I was excited, but like, home on the boom, took
Right.
pictures, seeing some of the comments like, well, how they afford to do that? He work here, or you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, good gracious, like, you know what I'm saying?
The
So,
hate is real.
and we're in a new house, well, newer house. We've been here about a year. You know what I'm saying? So this house is, I mean, you've been to my house, both houses. So
Yeah, it's a
I'm really
gated community. You got a
don't
door
do
person.
that.
No, go,
But
go
I can say I'm really proud and really happy for the area with the home I'm in
Mm-hmm.
because one, I'm able to provide for my wife, my children,
Yeah.
But I ain't post no pictures online, like nothing, because of the simple fact that people assume, oh, well, you got a nice house, so you must have X, Y, and Z. Like, no, I go to work like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I just think it's sad when it gets to that point where, like you said, you gotta hide blessings now for people because it's
I
so
just
negative. And then two, for people to just assume whatever. Like I think once we get into the comparing game of, oh, they got this and how this and why he got this and that, it's like everybody's life is different. And as J. Cole said, there's no such thing as life better than yours. Like the life you live in is the best life for you.
that's correct.
And you looking at other people only muddies the water and make the situation worse, because now you looking at it comparing what you don't have and what this person has, and you may have other things that they may not have on a different scale. But if
Yeah.
you're only looking at one aspect, I feel like the moment you get into that whole comparing, it's a wrap, because now you don't allow them dark thoughts to come in, and it's nothing but negativity after that.
Yeah, yeah.
So you understanding and knowing that, hey, there's people I'm gonna help and there's people I'm not. Where do you draw the line on helping people? Because I think a lot of people have the perception that if someone helps them, they always are going to help them. And there's really not like no cutoff. They can just keep coming back. Hey, I know he looked out for me this one side. Where do you draw the line where you like, look, dog, like I'm good?
When I notice a pattern,
Mm.
like, you know what I'm saying? Because, I have friends that, or I have a brother. Well, I have a brother that may call me every now and then. Hey, man, like, I need X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You got it? Cool. If not, I'll figure it out. Yeah, I got you, bro. No problem. Boom. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like every week or every other week kind of thing. Like, hey, man, this is going bad. That's going bad. Like, I get it. Things happen. But, like, at the end of the day, we're all adults. So,
Mhm.
God gave me or gave you a blessing to be able to go out and work,
Right.
to find a job. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like at some point you got to stand up on your own. And the reason why I feel that way is because when I was in a situation, and me and my wife had this conversation the other day. When we first started dating, she didn't even realize like I had my lights turned off in my apartment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was going through a whole, like,
Going down bad.
right, you know
Dang.
what I'm saying? But she never knew that. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So I know what it's like to be like trying to figure stuff out, like,
Mhm.
rent, bills, car note, whatever situation is, and things
Right.
happen. I get it.
Yes.
But I didn't sit up here and say, man, hey, I really want to take you out on this date right now, but I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's my situation. I'm gonna
Mhm.
figure it out. I got it figured out. But so I feel like everybody should be able to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, be upset, put a plan in place, and get after it. Like, I don't know. I'm just different because I feel like if I really, and I got some people that I can call, right?
Mhm.
But ultimately, it's on me to
Right.
figure it out. So I feel like, as adults, got to figure it out. Because if you can party, you travel, you can, pop bottles in the
You
club.
can pay your
You,
bills. You
yeah,
stupid.
you can. I'm just saying, like, just think about it. Just
No,
think
I
about it.
feel you. I'm with you, Doug. My definitely drawing the line point is the moment you think that I am supposed to do it, like I have to, like I'm required.
So let me ask. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Has somebody alluded to that to you?
Yes,
So
I
what does
have.
that what does that sound like? I'm sorry, I just gotta
It's
ask.
man. I know you know what I'm saying. You doing so good in life, and you got this, and this, and there's so many instances in my life where people have felt that and this goes on an even broader scale that I have had so much things easier in my life for whatever reason. I've never had to struggle. Everything has been, great for me. I don't have any bad days. For some reason, something about me or something that people have perceived me to be is this person that has found a cheat code to life. I wish I knew this because I would love to have it on them nights when your boy was out there struggling,
Right.
try, not wanting to be here and just figuring out like just the darkest times of my life and trying to figure out what I'm going to do, being a new father, a new husband, and trying to balance relationships and family and marriage and so many different things. How to pay
Yeah.
bills and being an actor, having a career and looking and seeing like, okay, I'm not here where I wanted to be and things like that. So I think when people look at your situation and make what they perceive to be facts, their perception is not facts or reality. So to me, that nothing bothers me more than someone to just say, I know this, and this. Like,
Yeah.
how do
Because you
you
don't
know?
You
Like
don't know.
when you get to that point, to me, that sense of entitlement, like I have, like, my question is, well, like, what if I couldn't do it? Like, who else were you going to call? Is my
Well,
question. Like,
but how do you know I have it though? That's what I'm
right,
saying.
right.
Like,
Well, who else was the person? Like, how did you just make it to be me? Like, it's one thing to say, hey, it's a chance you probably have this, right? Okay, cool. Maybe you can help me in this situation. That's a fair assessment. Okay, cool. Maybe I do. But just to be like, oh man, shoot, I seen the car you drive, dog. Like I seen your crib, like, dog. I know you. You know what I'm saying? You wearing this. I know you got it,
no,
dog. Like
no, dog.
when it
That's
when it gets to that point where you just assuming that one, that they are going to do it, that they're going to have it, and they should have it, and it's like you that they should do it. To me, is like, all right, now we get into the little disrespectful territory, because
yeah.
like I ain't required to do nothing. Like you ain't my wife or my children, so I'm not required to do this. I could do it because I'm able to,
Because I
or I
want
want
to.
to.
Right.
Right. But to say like, oh yeah, that expectation, just like that entitlement, that oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, nah, you lost me with that one. That's the easiest way to lose me.
Yeah, man. I'm right there with you, bro. Like, I just didn't know what that sounded like. Because I don't think I've ever had anybody like directly say, "Man, I know you got it. You can't help me out."
Yes.
Like, I don't think I've
Yes.
had it said it like
It's
that. I just,
only $100. I've had that. Like Slim, I don't care if it's $5.
it's my
Like,
money. I work for it.
you know what I have to go through on my everyday life and manage and balance just on my own.
Yeah.
And I get it that people have a perception or whatever, but it's like I've been in situations, Irv, where I've seen and heard and know of people that have financially more than me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then them tell me, like, looking for me to help, like, dog, you in a better situation than I'm in. I'm gonna help you. Like,
Look, that's why.
like you looking at me like, how you get this? And how you, dog, I just plan a certain way. I don't live above my means by any point in my life. I understand, you know what? I'm not probably gonna be able to do this activity or do XYZ. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And no, you ain't gotta feel sorry for me. You ain't gotta, it's I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
If there's something that people are doing and I'm not gonna be the party pooper that go on the trip and all I got is money just to go on the trip.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not gonna
crazy.
be the person that's on the trip and I can't do none of the activity or the excursions we got because I don't have the bread. I'm not gonna be that guy.
But
But you got people that'll go on a vacation or a fellas trip knowing all they got enough room for, money for, is just the room.
just don't go.
But now
Or
we can't enjoy no time because we feeling bad for you. I'm like, dog, I'm going. So you just gonna have to you gonna have to watch this on the stories or something.
I'm gonna give people a financial tip, and I'm not a financial advisor, right? Here's the thing, and people get on me all the time, like, man, Irv, you always got something that you're doing. You know why? Because I plan everything out,
Yes.
right? So, like the
Key.
trip we just took to New York, you know what I'm saying, for our anniversary, right? So you notice I haven't posted a lot of pictures from that because, like, once again, I don't know what it is. It's like I'm happy to be doing X, Y, and Z, but then people's like, oh, well, how did y'all stay? Or you did this, you did that. I just don't want that kind of, you know what I'm saying, those kind of issues, man. So
I want all that smoke. Y'all gonna see it. I'm gonna be in a hotel window and the mirror, all of that, because you're gonna see these blessings. But go ahead,
man,
sorry.
listen, I plan everything out, or we plan
of
everything
course.
out, because we had I had a moment like some years ago, and you know, working in retail, you work, you go on vacation, and then you spend money, then you come back and be like, man,
Yeah,
I
I
got it.
recoup that joint.
So if we don't plan it out, I'm not going, right? And here's the thing, I plan everything out. So by the time the trip date comes, trip's already paid for. Money's already set to the side. Like, for your instance, for your birthday, hey man, what you doing? We're going to Denver. All right, cool. When is it? All right, I know. All right, boom. So that way, when I go, I can actually enjoy my vacation. To your point, that's
Because
like,
you know I'm gonna do some excursions. You
yeah,
know
I
I'm
know.
gonna do
So
some
I already
activities.
listen. I already know, like, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, I can get out there, but like, what do you do when you get out there? So no, if you
But
people,
to your point, all of my activities were on Groupon.
and
it was
listen, and they were playing like, hey, Herb, listen. I'm telling you, man. Before we left, a month in advance, hey, Herb, this is what we doing. This is how much X, Y, and Z costs.
Right.
Let me know.
Sent
Hey,
you all the
right.
group. Hey, just go ahead and buy this and we good.
I'm good, because it was planned out. So when we were out there, I had a ball, had a time of my life. You know
Living it
why?
up.
Because I had no worries when I came back here. You know what I'm saying? Because it was planned out. So people, plan your stuff out, plan bills out, plan whatever out. It makes life so much
Yeah,
easier. You know what I'm
certainly.
saying?
And
So
even to the people that have the means to just, hey, next week I can do X, Y, Z. Some people, not everyone can do that, right?
no,
There's been times where I couldn't do that, right? But give those people a little bit more time. If you know, hey, I want my man to go, but he normally, not where he want to be financially, give that man a little more time. And don't
but be
shame people if
mindful.
they can't.
Yeah,
Like, yeah. But once you give people that time and stuff like that, I'm with it. Like, you can enjoy all of that. You can get the
yeah,
time to plan, put a little aside. Oh, I got a little bonus. Let me put this extra side. It's
yeah.
so much easier. You don't have to, like you said, go all crazy. And the days of us having to ball out and then go back to work, bro. We ain't
I'm
doing that no more.
I'm never listen, bro.
We
I'm
ain't doing
never
that no
doing
more.
that again, man. Everything. Two things I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna pocket watch nobody because whatever money that you make,
Right.
I feel like I have the talent, the ability to go out and make the exact same amount, if not more, right? And two, I'm gonna plan everything out, bro. Like just right now, I've got trips lined up for next year that have been
Mm-hmm.
planned since the beginning of this year that we're in.
Right.
So that way, when it comes up, we're
You good.
good. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just feel like people got to start
So
watching people
so
pockets.
of course, of course. So have you had to tell someone a situation like you couldn't help them, or not even since you couldn't, that you weren't going to help them? How,
Yeah,
how did that conversation go?
yeah. So I don't even know. Well, because
No, don't drop nobody's name. We ain't trying to get
no, no,
nobody.
I'm not gonna do
Okay.
that, man. So all
Okay.
right, so I'm gonna give a hypothetical. I'm gonna give a I'm gonna give a
Change the
fake scenario.
scenario.
Yeah, change scenario. So if you've come to me and I've, like I said, it's a pattern, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, hey, man, hey, look, I'm gonna help you, but this is the last time because you've asked for X, Y, and Z. I haven't seen you do anything to help improve your situation. Everything has been, oh, this is going on, that's going on. Okay,
Right.
I got you. But at some point, you got to turn around and look at the mirror, bro, or or ma'am, or whoever, because I don't discriminate. Men, women, you're gonna get the same treatment. At the end of the day, if you genuinely can't help yourself,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I'm going to be there for you. But if you have the means, the capability to get out and do X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna help you. But at some point, you got to stand on your own 2 feet because I had to do it. You know, it's just like me. If I had, luckily, I had, well, not luckily, but I have two girls. I have two daughters.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a son, you know what I'm saying? He gets of age. Hey, if I'm leaving out here to go to work, hey, look, what my man said on Friday, you had to go to work or go to school.
Go
You
to
see what
school.
I'm saying? So you can live in my house as long as you want to, as long as you're doing one or two
One
things.
or
But
two.
as I'm getting up and going to work every day,
You going to?
you going to work too. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, I feel like, people gotta just have that self accountability, man. That's what that scenario looked like.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just simple as like, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do that. Like,
Yeah.
I just, and I think once you get into reasoning and trying to give a why, like the longer the story, the more BS it sounds. Just like be like, nah, I just
Yeah, I'm
can't
just
do it.
like, man, I'm gonna
Now,
help you or I
if
can't
it's
help you this time.
somebody, I don't know. If it's somebody that I rock with, that I'm cool, but I'm like, nah, something about it ain't feeling right. I've seen people, and this is sad. I've seen people that I know be like, yeah, let me check with my wife. Usually when people say that and you've never seen them check with their wife in that type of
It's probably
situation,
gonna be a
they
no.
politely saying no
Probably
to
gonna be a
you.
no. Now, here's another thing too, though. Now, I have said that, right? But not with the intention of
But what I'm
saying
saying
no.
is I've seen you and your wife interact. So I've seen y'all be like, hey, what you want from the store? Let me check. I'm saying in situations, I've never seen people
I got you.
have an interaction with their wife and
That's
they
an
had to check.
automatic no if you
Right.
didn't know already.
Like for me, if I said that, I'm lying. Because most times my wife is right next to me and I'm like, he's right there normally. So she's hearing it. So if I'm like,
That's a
"Hey,
fact.
let me check with my wife.
That's
You
a
know
fact.
I'm lying.
I know you lying.
You know it's a no. I'm just trying to say it in a polite way because you my man.
You're right. Now that I think about it, that is a fact. If I ever hear you say that to me, because I
Because
know,
I say yes or no. I
yeah.
always say, yeah, I can do it or no. You'll
Oh,
never hear me be like, yeah, let me
the
check
only
with this.
time you've ever said that is like if we were going like to like a game and say, hey, let me just see
Oh
what
yeah,
he got.
yeah. If it's
See what
something
he
like
got going
let me
on.
make sure the wife is not doing it.
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
it's like you ask me for something, I'm like, I'm gonna check with the wife.
Yeah. What my man said on American Idol, it's gonna be a
It's a
no for
no for
me,
me,
dog.
dog.
It's a no for me, dog.
And I'm never gonna talk about it ever again. Like, no, you never even responded back. That was a message.
You got to read between the lines.
All right,
If
that
he
was the
tells
answer
you, I
for
gotta talk to my wife, it's a no. People keep moving. Do something else.
So on the flip side,
Uh-huh.
have you been in a situation where you had to ask someone for something or need assistance or needed something to get
Yeah.
to that next point? Have you ever been on the other side of that coin?
Yeah, numerous amount of times. That's why that's why when I can help somebody, I do it because, like you said, I know what it's like to be on the other side where like
Right.
stuff ain't clicking or you doing this and then something else pops up. So, I have asked. I've got a certain group of people that I feel like if something was going on,
They're gonna get you.
yeah, I can but because the relationship is there, you know what I'm saying, like, but yeah, I've been there. So, and once again, God has a way of humbling people, bro. And so I tell people all the time, when you get a newfound success or you get put in
Ooh.
a position to help people and you don't, now once again, it's not an obligation.
Mhm.
However, people lose sight of what it took to get to where you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be from a financial standpoint. It can be from, hey, I got fast track to management. This is the way to go.
Mhm.
Why would I hold that knowledge? Like, I'm like, hey man, Weeks, this the sauce right here. This what we need to do. So
Right.
I'm gonna put you on. Cause if not, when you fall from grace, man, it from that standpoint, man, the road to get back is 10 times harder because
Hard boy.
you had the means to help people
You didn't
and you
turn your back
chose
on
not to.
everybody.
So nah, we not. So that's why I value my relationships that I have with people.
Right.
So if I tell you like, hey man, like I consider you like family or brother, which I don't say that, or sister, I say it
Mhm.
to a lot of people. So if I say that to you, you know you
You
good in
solid.
my book. If not, yeah, it's just I may have to contemplate on it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Certainly. Yeah, I've definitely been in the other side of that coin of having to ask someone. Now, granted, like yourself, we has been a very prideful people. And asking someone something almost feels like, dang man, I hate even having to do this. But my thing is knowing my character and type of person. If I'm asking you for it, I genuinely need it. Like I don't just be saying stuff this. I'm not doing. I'm gonna ask you for every single thing.
and I'm
Like if
glad.
I'm
Listen,
asking you, I typically have
and
either eliminated
I'm
all
glad
the
you.
things that I can do, and you kind of either like, hey, I feel like you do it, and I try to make sure that it's calculated. That I'm not. If we've never exchanged money or shared money or helped each other out in the situation, I'm not just gonna randomly, hey, I know we ain't never exchanged money, nothing like that, but hey, can you look out for your boy? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's something you got to kind of work up and build to. And it don't even have to be like borrow money. Like, if we going somewhere, like, all right, I'm gonna drive. All right, cool. I'm driving, dog. You grab the snacks or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be. Something like that. That's an exchange of funds within that, and that's the situation. But I mean, I've had to holler at you about a situation, right? I had to holler at you. I had all of my assets were tied up in an investment, and I couldn't make moves how I needed to. And I'm like, hey, dog, like bread tied up, but I'm good for it. And even when I hollered at you, I wasn't like, yeah, I know you're gonna do it. I even told you, like, hey, if you can't, it's cool. Just let me know so I can need to know what my
So
next move gonna be.
here's the thing too, and I'm okay. So not the scenario. So because of course we never talked about it. I've never
Yeah.
shared that with anybody. Here's the thing though, right? So when you call, like, what was that conversation like? Just for the people, like, just what was that
Oh no,
conversation?
I said, hey dog, like I need to holler at you. Like, yo, what's good? Your first thing is like, well, we need to ride, something happened. What's good? I'm
Yeah.
like, nah, ain't nothing like that.
So, and it brings me back to a point earlier that I said, like, when I like, if somebody like that I rock with, that I feel like is family, if you call me, whatever situation is, like, you know what I'm saying, I was like, hey man, give me a second, and I
Yeah.
called you right back. Yeah, we good. You know what I mean? So, but here's the thing that is offensive to me, right? I'm just gonna put that out, right? If I once again, if I say, then I think I had this conversation. You were like, man, listen, like if I consider you family, brother, whatever situation is, man, and to your point, you don't ever ask anybody for anything. So like just
Right.
like myself, if I came like if I call my father, or if I called my dad or whoever, they
Mhm.
know like I don't really ask for
Right. Right.
anything. So you must be, yeah, okay, I know he really needed. So that goes back to what you were saying earlier.
Right.
So I don't mind helping someone like that because I know this ain't no pattern. And if you
Right.
calling me, I know it must be something serious. So in my heart, I want to make sure that you taken care of because like I
Yeah.
care about that individual. So yeah, man, it's just that is offensive. Like if I how can I call somebody my brother or sister and like you can't call me? Like that defeat the purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like so for me, I don't just throw words around like that just to be saying it. You feel me? So
Nah, but I mean, I just think it's important to see because sometimes people, like you said, lose sight of the moments where it was another way.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, but we've known each other for a time. Like I said, we ain't never had no fallout or no money or be like, oh nah, no, you.
no.
It's hey, if you need something, I got it. Vice
We
versa.
had plenty of arguments off cam when it comes to different topics, man. But
Right.
that
And
goes back
most
to the
times it's not even
foundation, though.
about like asking. It's more like you mad that you didn't. Like, why you ain't let me know? I would have I would have made sure that like I ain't know. I ain't even think about it.
Yeah,
Our
yeah,
things are more like we are astonished, like, why you ain't let me know the situation? I would have done X, Y, Z, or
yeah, yeah.
and it's not even about money. Sometimes it's just resources or expertise or
Or an advice. Like
yeah.
I've came to you or had a conversation with you like, dog, why you just call me 2 weeks ago when you was, whatever the situation
Right,
was.
right.
So it's like, just to your point, once again, just making sure like because the foundation is there. I don't have that relationship with a lot of people. So I value that. You know what I mean? So, it's just once again, man, like I said earlier, man.
But hey, once my assets were freed, I made sure he got what she said on set off. I'm gonna get your money plus interest. I'm gonna get your bread plus
Listen,
interest
and,
on
and for the
that.
record, that is true. Unlike when
And then he got offended.
I
Nah,
did.
what's this for?
Yeah, I did because that's not what. Like
Nah,
I
we
said,
we ain't about to do that.
nah, nope. But once again, it just goes to show you, man. When you do things for people, you know what I'm saying, that you genuinely love, you rock with, man. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it's just what it is. It's what I'm saying, and it is what it is. So people, if you listening out there, man, value your relationships. Don't
Of course.
pocket watch. You know what I mean, and money is here today. It could be gone tomorrow, man. So money is not everything. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, I just certainly, as we, come to a close and bring it to the end, I am kind of bothered on some instances when people are, I would say, celebrities or millionaires or people that are perceived to have a lot of resources. It's always the idea that everyone has a plan of what they should and shouldn't do with their money. People criticize millionaires all the time. Man, you know how many people you can feed? You know, you can do this and that. And I'm like, that is true, but you don't know their story. You don't know because for a lot of people, they grew up a certain way, their parents grew up a certain way, or grandparents or whoever raised them grew up a certain way, and they made vows to themselves like, I'm never going to do this or do whatever. And you even have people now that are sneakerheads now. They couldn't get sneakers when they was growing up, and so they just like they go on a binge with sneakers. Right,
I'm
Urban's
just
definitely one of them.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
there were moments where, as a youngster, you could recall wanting something and knowing that you couldn't get it, or having to have just one pair of shoes that really wanted and had to rock that the whole year or half a year. So everyone's situation or motivation is different. But to put someone in a category and say, based on what I perceive they should do with their money, they're doing the wrong situation or whatever, I feel like that's when we get into a territory that's a little different because it's easy from the outside looking in to say what someone should or shouldn't do. Because if that case, I can look at, well, hey, well, Irv, he got a nice house. He should be able to let this person, that person stay in. It's like how I'm gonna tell you what you should do with your
Hey
joint.
man, I listen. I was just telling people, man, all the time, man, like don't, and it's gonna be a future episode, man. Don't judge a book by its cover, because trust me, man, I'd have been around some people,
A lot
and
of people ain't.
a lot of people ain't what they say they are, man. Like on the outside, everything looks good, the appearance, everything, you know what I'm saying, and it ain't always what it's cracked to be, man. So you can't,
And you
you
don't even
can't,
know what they, and a lot of times you don't even know what they did to be in a position. So a
right?
lot of people want, hey, what they see, but you don't know what they had to go through or have to still endure to maintain that.
Nobody
There's a
respects the
lot of
hustle, man.
millionaires
They
that are
just like the
broke,
reward.
but on
That's right.
paper, it looks like they had bread, but they got to do all types of things. So man, you hey, live your life. That's what,
Yeah,
live your life because things are not always what they appear to be.
yeah, yeah.
So as we come to a close on this, hey, get somebody else to do it situation.
Mhm.
How do you want what you want to leave the people with,
So
man?
I'm gonna leave the people. I think that we had this conversation, a conversation of the day, man. So look, if we were all meant to be millionaires or billionaires, whatever, we would all be that, right? There's a reason
Right.
why there's like different tiers, there's different
Mm-hmm.
levels to success, right?
Right.
Don't judge someone else's success based off where you are in life. Accept where you are and do whatever you need to do to change it. You know what I'm saying? If you're unhappy with your situation,
Mm-hmm.
but be thankful for whatever situation you're in, because there's people out there that are doing worse than you right now. So remember that when you like, man, why this person got this, why this person got that,
Right.
you have more than someone else, right?
Right.
So remember that, and just stay true, man. Stay humble, man. Because if not, like I said, man, the big man upstairs has a way of opening your eyes and putting people in their place, and it'll
Right.
be at the worst times too, man. So be kind to people, respect
Definitely.
people, and don't pocket watch. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
That's all I got.
And I will bring mine, taking a point from my talk to him 52 is, man, appreciate your journey. Appreciate where you are. For many people, like I said, you can be in this position where you are making $20, $25 an hour. And to some that may not be a lot, but they don't know that you used to work for $6.50 or $7 and now you at this point. So don't look for other people to validate you. No validation is needed as it relates to your life. It is your life. Don't seek the validation and approval of others, but do really what works best for you. And I know it sounds so simple, but we have to get out of the idea to look left and right of us. Like, look focused, like straight right ahead. Look straight ahead at what your goals and your dreams and things you aspire to have and do. And I assure you, if you do that, you won't be focused on what other people have or you don't have. You'll be able to see your journey and appreciate where you are going, where you've come from,
Yeah.
and definitely all the things that comes with that. So instead of you looking at what you don't have, you can be appreciative for what you do have in your journey. So that is my final words on this. Get somebody else to do it, man. And before we go, I got to have my
ask you,
absolute favorite part of the show to tell us why you mad.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. I'm gonna tell you why.
So, if
going
you
on
live here in Atlanta, Atlanta had a very eventful weekend this past weekend. For those on TikTok or on social media at all, the new trend that people have is food review. They go to a place, review food. Some people leave different numbers. Irv alluded to the gentleman that people feel looks like me.
He does.
But he's also a food reviewer. There's a lot of food reviewers, right? And then there's one particular person that outweighs everyone else that's on the top of the top, creme de la creme. He's the head honcho. He goes by the name Keith Lee. Well, Keith Lee is on this food tour where he's going to different places. And he's gone to all different types of cities and states throughout, right? And his past tour happened to be here in Atlanta.
And it caused an uproar.
And let's just say he had to quote Keith Lee, he had a very interesting experience here. He went to some of the famous restaurants, one by the name of Milk and Honey, which a lot of people love to go and do their brunch. There are also Old Lady Game was one. Atlanta Kitchen, I think, was the other one. There was a few others. I'm not going to go into every single one. Needless to say, some of the places he didn't have a great experience. And people were upset, particularly the Milk and Honey location. And what made it even worse is once he did his review on the place, they tried to do a parody video to kind of discredit what he was saying. And his review really wasn't that bad. So I'm not going to get into all the particulars of it. The reason why I'm mad is people were upset. And when I say people, I mean people that are in the service industry or these people that are patrons of not say patrons of business, but people that are in the actual businesses that were viewed. They are upset at Keith Lee and people like Keith Lee for bringing out obvious problems that they have within their systems. And instead of fixing the issues or being appreciative that someone would come to your restaurant and, hey, this is an issue. It's like Undercover Boss, right?
They just attacked him.
Right. You go on this attack and say, oh, discredit, he ain't this and that, and who is he? What does this matter? Now, granted, reviewing food is definitely subjective to the individual. People have different taste buds, different allergies, things they like, dislike, X, Y, Z. But I saw the opportunity as if I have a restaurant and someone comes to review that has a huge following and I fall short, I would, one, thank that person. Hey, thanks for bringing this to our attention. We'll definitely work on things that we need to look at, and kind of have a meeting, and even offer, hey, if you ever back in the area. The bigger issue that I have with people that really is making me mad is the fact that something so simple as him not want to be like a lot of other celebrities, where they say, hey, I'm in town, I need a table, I need 5 people, this, and that. He's opposite. He don't want to be recognized as a celebrity. He want to go into an establishment the same way any other regular person would go into it. I want to be treated the same. I'm paying the same. If there's a line, put me on the queue list, right? Don't just move me in front of people, which some restaurants try to do this weekend, right? And so the fact that people were upset versus changing, like, if you were good to everyone, you wouldn't have to only focus on celebrities. And I think it brought out a huge problem that we have in Atlanta and a lot of other restaurants, where people are so focused on trying to attract the celebrity and making sure the celebrity good, or who they think they're going to be the high paying person,
and they forget about the everyday people.
Their meal gets disrespected, right? Like, you ain't nobody. And I'm like, if I'm in a spot and a celebrity comes in and I'm waiting and I see them go in front of me, it's a problem. Because I get it, there's a celebrity, but you just gonna let them take my spot like that? I got a problem.
It's crazy, and I know you're telling why you mad.
No, go ahead.
We was flying out of here, right, to go to New York.
Yeah,
we in Clear Line, real quick. So we had to go to Clear Line. Atlanta Airport. They were doing our stuff. But here's what made me upset. Now, young Jock, right, and I didn't realize who he was until he walked past with the perm. Right. Same lady that was being rude to me and my wife about the Clear Line. She grabbed him. He was like 10 people behind us, because he had to catch a flight. Now, you're not flying private if you're in the same line with me.
Commercial with everybody else.
You with everybody else. So because you are a celebrity, you got pushed all the way to the front. And this is no hate, but I'm running late for my flight too.
It's the reality of the situation. That this brought out 2 things very, very apparent for me. One, the power of social media. That someone can have such a huge following on social media that it can make or break places. It can take a place that is not having sales to booming for months.
Now, did you see what happened to the other restaurants? So they don't really promote the positive stuff that happened here.
Yes,
there's a couple restaurants that he went to.
The other one, was a
Jamaican joint.
Jamaican joint, right?
And it was another one, Sonoya, where they were like packed.
Right. And so they went to Six Flags afterwards. They called them. They did the order. Hey, we'll take care of you. Had a great experience. He asked the lady, hey, how much did you make today in sales? She gave him the number. He said, you know what? I want to give you that today in tip. And this is a situation that she had to take over a restaurant after her father had passed. And now her restaurant is now going to start to pick up traffic for her. So it's like people want to accept the good, and they love him when he's saying something that's positive to what they perceive to be positive. And, you helping businesses. But then when he says something that brings out the flaws, now what he's saying is not law. Like, which one is it? You can't take one without the other. They want to take the good, but when there's area for opportunity, no, now you want to discredit him, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I thought you just loved his reviews. You went to the spot because he said this spot was tight. Yeah. It's like, take accountability for your actions. And I feel like that was a great learning opportunity. And like how they have the undercover boss. If you're not in the business on a day-to-day and you're a celebrity, you have a spot, you're not on the day-to-day operations. So if someone brings out a flaw, maybe you need to retrain. Maybe it's been a minute since y'all been trained. Yeah. But this idea, here living in Atlanta, you get taxed for a lot of things. You go park, $60, $40. Man, you got extra wait times. You get charged for this. There's a gratuity. You can have 3 people in your party. You got
they already charged, right?
You go get some French toast or chicken and waffles, $60. You go get brunch, $100. Like, I think it was a great point to bring out a lot of flaws that people who here have already known. And I think that's the great thing of having someone that's not here or even from here, because a lot of people that live here, like, we have just adjusted to it. Like, that's the norm. Like, I know if I go out, it's going to cost me $100. I know I'm going to have to pay $60 for this one brunch meal.
It's like walking
we just learned to accept it as normal. And people who are not from here, like, what you mean? Like, he had an issue of not being able to order because it was the weekend. Hold on, y'all don't take the go orders on the weekend? Nah, because XYZ, all right, it's an hour and a half wait time. But then now when he gets in there, oh no, we can sit you right now. Well, which one is it?
Yeah, we're not doing
So
that.
I think it was a great opportunity for people to correct things and make things better. But of course, people only focus on one side and making big complaints. But a lot of people now are telling their truth that are normal people or regular people. Like, I've been had a bad experience at this restaurant. When
Yeah.
I did it, nobody said something. I think it's good to see, oh, you also having issues as well. So I was highly upset at the people who didn't want to take accountability for the action and just say, hey, maybe if we treated everyone with great customer service,
We wouldn't have to
maybe
worry
people
about.
would come and maybe people would like and appreciate not only our celebrities. So
Yeah.
it definitely had me tight. And it brought up, like I said, a lot of things that need to be addressed. And it just shows you the power of social media. People
Yeah.
complain about it all the time, but look what this person's able to do over his run right now.
Look, if you stay on your job, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. So it don't matter who walk in your building, just
Yeah,
like the approach when we used to work. I didn't care the DMs were in the building. I'm gonna be the
take
same
care of your
regardless.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it, man.
if you go in there and treat people the same in respect and kindness, it's so much easier. But nothing is worse to go into a restaurant and people are rude for like I ain't even done nothing to you yet, and you already rude.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people gonna sit at a place, particularly food spot, and people are being rude. But
Nope.
a lot of times we know it's ridiculous. I've gone in places where you go in and like, all right, hour wait time. I'm like, dog, there is no one here ahead of me. Like, why is there hour wait time?
Yeah.
Like, and you as somebody who frequents a lot of spots on the weekend, you go on places 2 hour wait, 3 hour. Like, why?
But it's all about how you present it. We've gone places. Hey, yeah, hey, how you doing? Thank y'all for coming in. Right now, it's about a 45-minute hour wait. Right now, okay, cool. Y'all mind waiting? Cool, whatever situation is. But hey, it's gonna be an hour before we sit y'all. All right, come on, we out of here. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, it's all
it's
about how
nothing
you present it.
behind it. It's an hour, about an hour and a half. It's
Yeah.
almost like, do you want customers or not?
Have the
Like,
transparency, man.
I'm coming to support you. You're here for me.
Right.
Like, you can't handle business without me. What are you talking about? I'm the consumer. I'm trying to give you money, and you got an attitude with me. You asking for, well, no, you can't change that on your menu. Why?
Yeah.
I can't eat this. I'm allergic to this, so I can't change nothing on this. No substitutions. Like, it's getting out of hand, and I'm glad it got exposed. And I hope that it wakes up much more people to realize sometimes you got to get back to the basics of stuff.
Yeah.
What were the great things that work when you first started in your business or whatever? Because if we get to this point to just expect, like, we trying to create this fake demand for our companies and brands, we are going to be going to a different type of place. And I feel like we got to get better with that.
Stay humble, because as you see, things that happen and your business can turn around real quick. So
yeah, and now they're on the radio and trying to do apologies. Now you did the parody videos and who is he and this and that. Now you trying to give out the apology. So it's like, you gotta understand that we don't live in those times where people don't know. People have access to so much, everything. You got access in a click of your phone, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just be conscious of that, man. That's my telling why you mad. Ridiculous, man. My man came through like a tornado and ripped some stuff up. But I like I said, it's a great opportunity for us to realize some things that we can fix. And hey, it's definitely the power of social media. We definitely appreciate y'all for tuning
absolutely
in.
appreciate it.
Hey, it's November. Y'all already know what time it is. Time for that good Thanksgiving coming up in a few weeks. I know
Yeah.
everyone's really just looking for Christmas, but hey, man, I'm super excited that we are, even though the year is flying, I'm super excited for the opportunity for us to still be here and holler at your kinfolk. But
Yeah.
kinfolk, please remember, when I talk, you talk, we talk. That's that free talk right here in the People's Podcast.
Peace.
Catch y'all next week. Peace.